Today, I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect latte. All right, first things first, we make our lattes in a glass. This is a 220 ml glass. I'm going to put a single shot of coffee in that. Now, for us, that single shot is nice and smooth, but not rich enough to cut through that good amount of milk. Using our Champion blend, available online, we're going to get our 22.5 grams of coffee there. Make sure we're preparing this espresso to be as best that it can be, so that when I do run this shot on that normal button, so my full double shot on a 1:2 ratio is going to give me 45 grams of yield for the full double, but I only want one side, I only want my single shot. So that's going to give me 22.5 grams of yield in my glass. So in this particular glass, with that single shot of espresso, we should get a nice, smooth, well-balanced latte flavor. Now, milk is probably the biggest thing in a latte that's going to make it very obviously a latte. Now, when we think about a flat white, we say about 5 mils of froth from the top, 10 mils for a latte and 15 for a cappuccino. So if we can aim to get the right amount of air in your milk to get 10 mils of froth, that's the winner. So go back and watch our other videos on how to steam milk, the masterclass with Luke, my other videos on milk training. That's going to go into more depth. We'll put the links in the description below, so you can go train yourself on how to do great microfoam bubbles, spin milk for the best outcome. And then come back to this. In here, we just want to get nice little microfoam bubbles. And I say on this commercial equipment, I get about 4 seconds of air. This Lamazocco PB has great steam pressure. And I'm going to turn that off. That'll be around 50 degrees, and that's going to continue to rise to that optimal 65 degrees of temperature. That means I can drink it straight away. It's going to be nice, silky, smooth texture. The milk isn't overheated nor underheated, so that I can produce nice, silky, smooth milk. Now, look at that. Beautiful espresso, beautiful milk. Then we're going to get our nice blend, drop in, and we want to get this lovely. And there we are. Now, the thing to watch for is whether we're going to hit this 10 mils of froth. Now, you'll set that down. It's hard to tell when you're pouring it, but as this settles, you'll see that this froth is starting to drop, and we're finding ourselves pretty well perfect on that, about 10 mils of froth. Now, keep an eye on this before you run it out to the table, because you don't want that froth to be lower than that. That's not what the customers are expecting. We want that to be a beautiful, rich, smooth, silky mouthfeel, not thin like a flat white, not thick like a cappuccino. We want to just get that 10 mils of froth. Beautiful. If you're finding that it's not enough froth, you need to add air for longer with your steam. If you're finding that you're getting your head on that coffee too much, you need to reduce the amount of time that you're adding air for. Like I said, go back and watch the videos. But that is what we would consider a beautiful, perfect latte you'd be happy to get in any cafe. And that is a very popular, common drink here in Australia. It's my favorite. I love to put a double shot in them. Delicious, nice, represents the coffee beautifully. Easy to drink, lovely. Now, one of the big things that people ask in coffee training, in different cafes across the world, but everyone's always curious about ratios of coffee to milk. Like, this is what we do in Australia, it's different around the world, but for us, we've also got dine-in and takeaway cups. We've got an 8-ounce takeaway cup, which is around 240 mils of liquid, and we've also got a 12-ounce cup, which is around 360 mils of liquid. Now, that is a 220 ml glass, which is actually around 200. It's just over 7 ounces of coffee. Strangely enough, we talk about ounces in takeaway and mils in dine-ins, but it's just over 7. So that takeaway 8-ounce cup actually has a little bit more milk. So what we like to do when we do an 8-ounce takeaway cup is put a double ristretto in there. Click on the video below in the description about what is a double ristretto, and it will explain why we would do that. But that's the coffee shot that we choose to put in an 8-ounce cup. And then we do a full double extraction again for our recipe. That's 45 grams of yield in that 12-ounce cup. Now, the trap with that glass is that if you change the size of the glass, if you happen to pick up a smaller glass like this 170 ml glass, or you accidentally buy these 250 ml glasses, what you're actually going to do is change the ratio of coffee to milk, and therefore change the strength that the coffee is for the customer. So be mindful. There is a certain expectation of flavor and strength from that customer. And then also we have these Acme cups, and they are a 350 mils, which is the closest thing we've found to our 12-ounce takeaway to produce something that can be repeated. The customer enjoys their in-house cup, they get a takeaway, and the ratios are the same. It tastes delicious. Again, we're still aiming for that 10 mils of froth in that in-house cup, and we're also doing it in that takeaway. That is what we here make for our lattes. That's how we love to serve them for our customers, and that is how you, whether you're at home or in a cafe, can make the perfect latte. Now, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. Put them in the comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out all the other videos we've done on milk training, coffee, espresso, all things coffee. Like the video, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.